Welcome to the Redirect Podcast. My name is Abigail Hewins.
And I'm Emily Rojas. The Redirect Podcast is a show where we shift the conversation back to books. We discuss themes from some of our favorite fictional books and how those themes show up in real lived experiences.
On today's episode, we catch each other up on our holiday reading and discuss what's in and what's out for our 2024 reading goals.
But first, if you've been enjoying the podcast, we would like you to make your New Year's resolution to leave us a review, a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and let us know how much you love the show.
And we'd love for you to follow us on Instagram at Redirect Podcast. Finally, if you really, really, really love the show in this new year, we would love for you to share it with a friend. Maybe you have a friend whose New Year's resolution is to read more. We would love to help with that.
Her, or him, or them.
Yeah, or them. Sharing our show with a friend, as we've said many times, is the best way to help us grow our community of book-loving nerds, and we're so excited to do that in 2024.
We really are. And thank you. And welcome back.
Welcome back. We skipped a week because we were enjoying the holidays with our people.
Do you have an ice cream man driving by?
Yeah.
I can hear
that. That's awesome. But he drives around, this time every day. I feel like everyone in like the east side of LA, everybody's got an ice cream man that drives to their neighborhood at some point.
Fascinating. That's because you have this nice weather 24/7, but
yeah,
365.
Yeah, it's ice cream weather.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we took a week off, but I did push out our Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret episode.
Oh,
so
nice.
if you guys didn't catch that the first time, maybe you listened to it this second time around. But
yeah.
I thought that's such a good, like, to me, if you're home with family and you wanted to watch a movie, that would be a great one to watch with your family because it's very like, it's appropriate for all ages. It could be great if you have younger siblings or cousins or something, but you can also have some great conversations with your mom or your emotionally repressed grandma or anyone in your life.
You know what? Have you been watching The Curse with Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone?
I have not yet.
Okay. Well, Benny Safdie is in that show, and he's the one who plays Margaret's dad.
Yeah.
And I just put that together because the character that he plays in The Curse is so different. And now I'm like, I kind of need to go back and watch that movie again. To see him in a different light because he's so lovable and sweet and charming in that one. And in The Curse, he's like a total douchebag.
Yeah.
Recommending everyone watch The Curse. It's not based on a book, but it's great.
Well, here we are. It's a new year, a new me.
Here we are. Did you have time or ambition or will or desire to do any reading over the holiday break?
Complicated, yes, because, as you know, Eric's family is here visiting from Mexico, and they've been here since like the 15th or something of December.
Oh, wow.
So pretty much
it's New Year's Eve, the day we're recording this.
And they're still going to be here for another week. But, anyways, that's been great. Obviously this is for most of them, their first time visiting the US. And so we've been doing a lot of stuff with them, and we just got back actually 2 days ago from Universal Studios where we were all last week. So, pretty tired. So anyways, it's been I was telling Eric, like, I had a great time in Universal. It was actually a lot more fun than I expected because I thought the crowds would be like horrific, but they really weren't that bad. But it's like so different because normally the week of Christmas or between Christmas and New Year's, I would be like doing nothing, reading all day, maybe watching some movies or something. So it's just in a different vibe. But I did listen to some audiobooks on the drive.
Nice.
I drove the whole way. And so I have 2 audiobooks I can talk about. And then I also did read a book in one sitting yesterday. And it's actually something you recommended. So I've had some. Okay, we'll just dive in. So the first thing I read over the holidays, and the only thing I actually physically read was I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Who's that by Ian?
Whoa.
Something? Not a holiday
Ian Reed. That is
Ian,
not
yes.
a holiday read.
No. And actually I've been putting it off because I got it. I don't know how long they let you have a Libby hold, but I've had it for a while. And when I got it first, I was just feeling like really anxious about life, and I'm
That's
like,
not
this
the
is not the
time to
time.
read. No.
Abigail has warned me. But then yesterday I was like, I slept in a lot. I laid around all day because we just got back from our trip, and I was feeling like I want to read something, and the hold's about to run out. So I read it, and it was crazy.
It is so creepy, right?
It's so creepy.
I was recommending this to somebody the other day who was like, I love really like, I want the most creepy, messed up thing. I love reading like weird, messed up books. And I was like, okay, do I have the book for you?
Yes.
And it's short.
Yes.
But there's nothing about the book that, well, okay, everything about the book is made to unsettle you.
Yes.
Including the punctuation.
Yes.
The way that the sentences are put together.
Yes.
They're like purposefully incorrect sometimes in a way that like that doesn't even provide you any comfort.
It's extremely unsettling. That's the best way to put it. Like
you unreliable narrator. You don't really know what's going on. It's just weird.
Yes, because you always.
Think?
I really liked it. I feel like you always feel like you're about to get some answers, and then something even weirder happens.
And the book's the book. It can't even be longer than 200 pages. Like, it's not long.
No, it took me like an hour and a half or something to read. Like, it really wasn't long. And like I said, I just sat down and read the whole thing. So it's pretty short, but at the end, I kind of had to go back and read the last couple of pages again. Cause I was like, wait, what happened? You know, what's going on? But it is, it's very unsettling, I will say. But I did enjoy it. But again, like Abigail said, when she first recommended, you have to be in the right frame of mind for sure.
You need to be in the frame of mind where you're like, you kind of want to be like unsettled, like creeped out. Like, it's like if you're like in a true crime mood, you know?
Yes.
Like, I don't, it's just,
but kind of worse.
It's just kind of like, ugh.
Did you ever watch, probably not, and for good reason, but did you ever watch the movie Mother with Jennifer Lawrence?
Oh, no.
Okay.
You know why? Because I've seen all those interviews of her
don't
being
do
like,
it.
I have PTSD from doing this movie. And I'm like,
no,
okay. I'm
me
good.
too from watching
I have enough trauma in my life. Like, I'm good.
This book made me feel the same way as watching that movie, though, where it's just like one thing after another, and it's just so unsettling, and you don't really know what's going on. But also reminded me of a little bit of the author who wrote Cackle, Rachel
Harrison.
I wanted to say Hawkins. I know it's an H. Anyways, in like the descriptions, because it was so visually descriptive at sometimes with these weird scenes that you could really picture it in your mind of like, oh, it's just unsettling in a really creepy way.
Okay, mini spoiler. Skip ahead 30 seconds if you don't want to hear it. But what did you think about the part, like the first part when he's like, or the narrator is like, I think I see myself in that photo.
That was horrifying.
I was like, hello?
And you're just like, okay, that's where okay, this is major spoilers. So again, just skip ahead if you want to read
or
this.
We can cut this out. Whatever.
No, I'm not cutting it out. I want the people to hear this, but if you want to read it, then skip ahead. If you don't want to read it. So at the end, you find out that basically the narrator and this girlfriend are the one person. He's imagining all these scenarios. But the whole time I was like, okay, girl, like, you need to get out of this situation. Obviously, by the end, you find out, you know, that she's not a real person. So that makes it a little better. But this whole, you know, she thinks she sees a picture of herself as a child in this house, and the parents
because she sees a picture of themselves.
Yes.
But in the opening is like, I'm thinking of ending things. And it's like you're made to believe that it's the girlfriend thinking about breaking up with the boyfriend. Yeah. But it's really about the main character, thinking about killing himself.
Yeah. And ending this whole illusion of this girlfriend who's not real and the parents who aren't real. And it was just very unsettling. But yeah, so there were certain moments where I was like, okay, if this started happening, I would be like, I'm getting out of this situation by any means necessary. Like, so
the art in the basement.
Yeah. It was just, it will definitely stick with me, but it was a good creepy read if you want to be creeped out.
We're not making it sound great, but for that
it hooked you.
That genre,
yes,
yeah.
Sometimes I want more than anything to open a book and just be instantly hooked into it, and and creeped out. But really, just like that's why I like thrillers sometimes, because like from the first page you're like, what's gonna happen? So if you're in that mood, psychological. It's not super violent, so it's not like gory really, but it's just it is a little It's just unsettling. If you've watched Mother, you know what I'm talking about. It's that same feeling, which may not be an endorsement because I would never watch that movie again. But yeah, it's the same vibes. Anyways, did you read anything over break? Anything you want to share?
I did. So, okay. So if you listen to our last episode with our friend Hannah, she recommended, or she was talking about a release she was looking forward to was Heartstopper Volume 6 in 2024. And so I was like, oh, let me try one. So I got from the library like the first 3 volumes. There's like 5 out right now. And they're so fast to read, but oh my God, they were so cute and sweet and heartwarming that I honestly cried of joy a few times. They were so sweet. And then the 5th one was released like on December 19th. Went and picked that up at the bookstore. And so I read all the available volumes of Heartstopper. I mean, that wasn't a huge lift because they're graphic novels. Like, you finish them pretty quickly. The show is out on Netflix that covers the first like 4 volumes, or the first 3 volumes. But anyways, I loved it. It was really great. And then I was like, I kind of like this whole graphic novel thing. Like, this is cool. And so Emily, so I was at my local coffee shop the other day because I have 2 weeks off of work.
Yes.
And I text Emily and I was like, oh my God, I just saw Michael from Jane the Virgin. He's sitting directly across from me at the coffee shop. And his name is Brett Deer or Brett Dyer. Mm-hmm. How would you say it? Brett Deer or Brett Dyer?
I think it's Brett Dyer, but...
Brett Dyer. Okay.
I could be wrong.
I was like, yeah, this is 100% him. He's literally sitting right across from me. I'm having a really hard time, like, not looking at him.
Yeah.
But he was reading a brown leather hardback book with like a ribbon bookmark called Joseph Smith and the Mormons. So I was like, hold on. Is this like a Book of Mormon?
Right. Is he like hyper religious?
Is he a Mormon?
Yeah.
And so I'm like so nosy.
Yeah.
So of course I start Googling.
Sure.
And I find out that no, this is not a Book of Mormon. This isn't whatever. This is a graphic novel called Joseph Smith and the Mormons by Jonathan Van Sciver. Probably not how you pronounce his last name, but I was like, interesting. So I picked it up and I was like, I'm really interested in this. I'm interested in Mormonism, not like from I want to practice it way, but like it's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
It was excellent. It's much longer. But what I've started to, so like through that, I was like, oh man, it's so cool when people do like nonfiction books as graphic novels. Mm-hmm. I learned so much about Joseph Smith. It was so interesting. The art was amazing. Honestly, I'm going to send it to you because I think you would really like it. I made Zach read it. And there was a bunch of stuff I didn't know. And so the cool thing about this author, he grew up Mormon, actually, like he is like a direct descendant of Brigham Young.
Oh, wow.
So he grew up super Mormon, and his parents divorced when he was a kid. And when they did, his mom kind of left the church. And so he started kind of like unraveling his Mormonism. But he wrote this book, this graphic novel about his life and the life of the other leaders of the Mormon church in a really like, I guess like kind of compassionate way where like you see them as full human beings. Like they really believed all this stuff was happening, but also it's kind of sanitized a little bit. It was just really, really good.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. So it is a nonfiction, but graphic novelized version.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm really new to graphic novels. Yeah. It is nonfiction. It's like it's a biography of the start of the Mormon church.
Yeah,
but it's kind of cool because I mean, the whole thing is dialogue, but the photo, like the drawings and the art that he does, fill in the what would be otherwise be the descriptors or like the direction of the book. And he uses the art to tell the story. So when things start falling apart in Joseph Smith's life, the art changes, the colors change.
That's really interesting.
Throughout the book, when there are like these moments in his life, the art changes.
Interesting.
And you learn about his wife, and it was like, I couldn't stop reading it.
Wow. Okay. Send it to me.
Like I really wanted to keep reading it. and I was like, man, this is a great way to read more like biographies and nonfiction type stuff. Like, I love this way of doing it.
Yeah. No, that is really interesting. Sometimes those can be so like,
Yeah, totally. But this was really cool. So thank you, Brett Dyer.
Thank you, Brett.
Even though I am always Team Raph, like till the day I die.
Sadly. We love you. He's a great character, though. Michael is a great character. He's just
he's a cop.
Well, that's true.
Okay.
Team Raphael.
I have one more thing that I have to talk about.
Okay.
I was influenced to read Manacled.
Okay.
By Senlin Yu.
Uh-huh.
Are you being influenced to read Manacled on your TikTok?
Honestly, not really. I think I've seen it once, but not too much. Not too much.
Okay. All right.
I'm on a different side.
All right. Manacled is a fan fiction about Draco and Hermione.
Okay. I have been influenced to read this. Sorry. I didn't remember the name of it, but I have it bookmarked. I was ready. I'm ready to read it. Yeah.
It is very long.
Okay.
So, Manacled is, let me just give some context if you are not on like this, if you're not here with me on the internet. Manacled is by a fan fiction author called Senlin Yu, obviously based on Harry Potter. And this is a universe. It's kind of like if in like Marvel, how there's like split universes. So this is like the same world as Harry Potter, except after the ending of the 5th book, basically after like the war at the department or the battle at the Department of Mysteries, things have changed. Okay. So like what from like book 6 and 7.
Yeah. That doesn't happen. Yeah.
That doesn't happen. This is a world in which Harry Potter is dead.
Oh.
The Lord Voldemort did not die at the Battle of Hogwarts. And Hermione is a prisoner, and she has been assigned. Basically, this is like a mashup of like Harry Potter and The Handmaid's Tale, and she has been assigned to a Death Eater as basically his handmaid.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let me just say, this is obviously every possible trigger warning for this. It's extremely dark, but this is a book about war, about love. I mean, obviously there's trigger warnings for sexual assault and rape and all sorts of things. So like, please
be cautious.
Please be. I mean, and the author does a really good job of giving content warnings at the beginning of each chapter.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is a Hermione fan fiction. And so you ask yourself, how could I possibly ever ship that relationship in this world?
Yeah.
According to these terms.
Right.
This is not possible.
Right. But it is.
Just believe. You just have to believe and push through. This book is so freaking long because obviously it's a fan fiction. So she was releasing it like chapter by chapter over a long time.
Yeah.
So, it's like thousands of pages.
Yeah.
But
worth it.
I think so. It was really good.
Like I said, I do have it bookmarked, so I knew that I will be returned. Maybe that's what I need to do now. Because I tried to start, I don't know, I've been really reading a lot of bad romance and I'm DNFing lately because I just want to read a nice, a good, not even nice, I just want something good. And I started one last night and I was already like, no, I'm not going to finish this. It's not good. There's just a lot of crap out there. So maybe we need the fan fiction writers of the world to bring us.
It's like this unbelievable. Sure, I've read better writing, of course.
Sure.
But I would say like the story keeps you engaged throughout.
That's what I want.
And the complexity of like the things that you have to sacrifice in a war.
Yeah.
What you give of yourself to another person. I mean, it is honestly like, it's unbelievable. And everyone, I have a friend who read it and she texted me when she was done and she was like, I'm so unwell. And so I was so scared it was going to be a horribly sad ending.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are emotional at the ending, but it's not, it actually is a satisfying ending.
Wow. Okay. Consider me influenced as well by you.
I got it on my Kindle. It was it was formatted really well to read on your Kindle. And there's also, the author worked with a bunch of artists to create original art for the book that are
Oh
linked
my
in all the
gosh.
chapters that add a lot. The original art is beautiful. And I just really want you to read it now.
Okay, I'm on it.
That's what I was reading today when I was like, I can't start
Oh,
recording
okay,
until
okay,
1.
okay.
Because I was like, I had to finish because I knew I had to talk about this. So.
Amen. Okay. I have 2
All right.
audiobooks I read as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I just totally forgot that
We're chatting.
I'm so sorry.
No, we're chatting. Okay, so one I read was it was Leave the World Behind by I'm so sorry about this, Rumaan Alam. I was trying to Google how to pronounce that name while we were talking, but that's the best I can do. Anyways, this is made into a movie for Netflix, so that's why I picked it up, because I was like, well, if I like the book, maybe I can watch the movie after. The book was a solid, right? I'm looking at the reviews. It has like 3.5 stars. I feel like that's pretty accurate, on point. But also, I listened to it on Spotify because you turned me on to these Spotify audiobooks.
Did you run out of time?
No, but for some reason it like skipped a couple chapters.
Oh no.
So for a second I was so confused. It only skipped like one, and then it would go to the next chapter, but it did it twice. So then I kept getting confused, but then I went back. Anyways, it was good. So basically the premise is, if you don't know anything about this family goes away to a vacation home that advertises they can like leave the world behind, and it's like a very solitary house in the middle of the woods in Georgia. I think it's set in Georgia, and a couple nights are there, and then the family that owns the home is this older Black couple, knocks on their door, and basically is like, hey, this is our house, and there was a major blackout. We don't know what's going on. We were driving from the city or whatever, and can we just stay here till we figure out what's going on? And so these like 2 families are kind of forced together. The other family is white. They have young kids. They're a lot younger. And essentially they don't really know what's going on, and you don't really know what's going on. It's like kind of slowly revealed that it's some kind of global catastrophic, event. I don't know. Some parts were a little weird to me. Like, I don't know. Just some of the writing I didn't love. But I did like the concept. And I guess I thought from the trailer on Netflix, to me, does not convey what this book's about. Because that seemed way more like supernatural, or like, I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but I haven't. It made it seem more, because the trailer just shows the couple knocking on the door and being like, this is our house. And it makes it seem like, I don't know, like maybe there's like different realities, or I don't know. It just made it didn't seem like there's some kind of disaster that happened. So that's kind of what I was expecting.
My first thought was that it really wasn't their house.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, it really is. So it was just a little more, I don't know. It was, I don't know, just different than I expected. But I did like the idea of like, okay, if you don't have TV, you don't have your phones, you don't like have Twitter, and something horrific happens, how would you know what was going on? And what would that be like if you had no idea, what was going on in the world? And what would you do if you were, trapped in this, in their house that they're in? They still have electricity for the time being, running water, but you don't know how long it's going to last, because they really don't know what's happening. They just have like a couple clues that they can put together from like what they've experienced. But I just thought that was kind of fascinating. I like that concept of like, what would you do if you had no way to get information? And and that's honestly probably the reality for a lot of people. And like I was thinking of the war going on right now in like Gaza, and like so many people there probably don't have access to like information and stuff, and so that probably is a reality if you're in kind of a war zone. But I don't know, some parts I didn't love, but I did like the concept of like, kind of being stranded and not knowing what to do, and weird things are happening. And so that was, I don't know, 3.5 stars.
Okay, cool.
And then my last one I read was called Two Dead Wives, another audiobook by Adele Parks. And actually I haven't fully finished this yet, because I was listening on the way back, and it actually looks like I have a good bit of this book left, so I won't comment too hard on it. But basically this book is this woman goes missing, and she's reported missing by her husband. But once she is reported missing, they find out that she was living another life as another man's wife.
Oh, whoa.
So she had two people who thought they were her husband. And
Oh my gosh.
yes. And so that's kind of like an added layer. So basically like two dead wives. There's two women who were missing, but they were actually just one person. And they've arrested. It's pretty good so far. So good. Obviously I haven't finished it yet. But
write that down.
the one of the husbands is about to be arrested for her murder. They find like a crime scene with blood and where she was tied up. They have her DNA, but they don't have a body. And then it's like there's multiple perspectives. This is like a mini spoiler, but it's revealed pretty early on. Should I not say it?
No,
you're gonna read it. Okay, I'll just say there's a lot of different perspectives. There is the mini spoiler twist. I think you'll figure out pretty quickly. I did, but as I said, there's a lot of the book left. So I think it's like it kind of reminds me so far of Gillian McAllister, where it feels like she reveals a big twist kind of early on, but then there's always another twist coming. I kind of feel that way because it looks like I thought I was further along because honestly a lot has been revealed, but I'm only about halfway through and two major kind of twists have already been revealed. So I feel like there's probably more to come, but there's also two like young boys. One of the husbands has had two children from a previous marriage, and so their perspectives are involved. It's really interesting. And I will say the audiobook narrator for this is really good because there's male perspectives, female perspectives, the kids, there's some chapters from their perspectives, and she does the voices really, really well. So if you're looking for a good audiobook, I think this is also a great audiobook because the narrator just does a really good job. Like she talks like, she doesn't change her voice to sound like teenage boys, but the way she talks, you're like, this sounds kind of like a teenage boy.
You know who the different characters are.
Yes. So she does a really good job. So I really recommend it. And I have to finish it so I can. Honestly, I started talking about it. I thought it was a lot further because, again, like a lot has been revealed and has happened, but there's still a good bit left. So I'm excited to see how it ends. But that's what I read over break.
I love that. That's a good lineup.
Yeah, not bad.
When you were talking about Spotify audiobooks, it reminded me to mention one more thing about Manacled, which is that some very amazing people on the internet made an audiobook for Manacled.
Oh, wow.
But they have it set up like a podcast. So like each chapter is an episode. If you are looking to listen to it or like do a little bit of both,
yeah.
I will say the first like half of the book is halfway through the narrators change, and when I got to the second narrator, I was like, it's an American doing a British accent, and I was like, oh,
that can be
the
tough.
First half is just a British person doing a British accent. So yeah. Anyways, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, well, that's good to know. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, it's obviously New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Today. So new year, new goals. Maybe. What are you feeling?
I'm doing another goal. I don't care if I didn't meet my goal this year. I'm just gonna try again.
Yeah, try.
Actually,
again.
I did meet my goal once I changed my goal to be 50 books 2 weeks ago. So.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think also like you've had a really crazy year.
Yeah.
There's just been like a lot of changes. You moved. You got a new job.
Yeah.
Like it's just been a lot. So
yeah. Fair enough.
So you're going with number goals again. So this is something we talked about last year. You're more of a number goal person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so much of a number goal person.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not, this year I was not as much motivated by it. Like I just kind of felt, and I think that's a good way to approach it, obviously. So I felt like I was in a good mindset. I was like, if I read enough, that's fine, but it doesn't like haunt me. I feel like if your numbers are haunting you where you're stressed, then don't do it. But to me, I'm just like, okay, I just want to try. I really want to try to read 100 books in a year, but maybe I need to work my way back up to that because, this year I got to 55. But I know I could do it.
55 is still really good.
No, it's still great. My goal really, honestly, though, is in the serious mode. I don't know what my number goal is going to be. Maybe I'll just start with 50 and see, how we go. But my goal for next year would be to do a little more reading that's not for the pod because I feel like I did a lot for the podcast this year. Obviously, I read a lot of other stuff too, but I would like to increase the other stuff, a little more. So
I wonder if maybe something good for you would be like, I mean, I guess you could just, 50 divided by 12 or whatever, but like you could also do, like, you could start the year with monthly goals. And if you're easily meeting or exceeding those monthly goals, then you could tick up your annual goal.
That's so true.
Instead of thinking about it, like you can just kind of see like what you have the appetite for.
Yeah.
And then adjust maybe like, every 3 months. Okay. Am I on, if I keep at this pace, which has felt pretty good, here's how many I could probably reach, or I could challenge myself a little bit more.
That's a great idea. I think I'll do that. But I do hope to have more time. I feel like this year was crazy, like you said. So yeah, I think next year I would like to have more time, and also like the mental energy, because I just watched a lot of TV this year when I had free time, like 90 Day Fiance. So I would like the mental energy to read more. Yeah,
totally. I honestly think having a work from home job, which now we both have, really helps with that.
It does. And I've been doing a lot of audiobooks. That's why I've been reading more towards the end of the year. I've been reading a lot of audiobooks while working sometimes, because I feel like a chill audiobook, sometimes it's better than a podcast to me for like background noise. So anyways, I would like to continue to do that a little more. And the Spotify thing, that's really blown my mind.
Exactly. I think another way to approach number goals, like, for listeners, if you're thinking about, I think you could think of number goals as like, I want to read this many minutes a day. Yeah. Or this many, I want to
times a week.
I want to pick up a book this many times per week. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, I'm trying to reach all these goals, because like, then you get in the comparison game, and then you're like, people have in their Instagram bios, like, this is how many books I've read. And so like, then it gets kind of exhausting. But like, if let's say you're like starting from zero. Yeah. And you didn't finish a single book last year. If you pick up a book 20, for half an hour a day, like, you're going to dramatically pick up what you're reading. And maybe that seems easier, or like more, not easier, but I guess more accessible than just saying like, this is how many books I'm going to read in this entire year. Like, maybe just start with, I'm going to try this many different authors, right? This many different genres, this many minutes a day. Like, what is a small step you can challenge yourself with?
The other thing is, number of books is so, like, to me, I like to count my number of books, obviously, but it's also like, when you read like The Count of Monte Cristo, that's like, or if you read like, I'm Thinking of Ending Things, or Manacled, those are vastly different lengths of books. And so it could be like, maybe you want to count pages or word counts or something, like, I don't know. It doesn't have to be number of books. It could be whatever you want, but if you want to do a number, there's, like you said, there's so many different ways to do a number goal without just sheer number of books, or do number of books, but be chill about it.
Like this year I read The Count of Monte Cristo, but I also read Little House on the Prairie.
Exactly.
But I counted that
The Giver too.
Yeah, like that took me not much time at all. So maybe it's pages, maybe it's words. If a number goal is your thing and that's the way it works for you. For me, that doesn't motivate me. And I had no problem reading a ton of books this year without having a number goal. So,
maybe you don't want to, like, you track your books, but you don't have a goal. So maybe, it still feels good to know how many books you read. Like, there's so many different ways to approach it, of like, hey, I'm not going to have a strict goal, but I'm excited to see what my stats look like at the end of the year, or what my, how much I read this year. That's still fun. So you can do it so many different ways.
There's really fun ways also to track your books. I mean, obviously there's like Goodreads and Storygraph that, most people are aware of. This year I did a little spreadsheet for myself that I color coded. So I did categories like date completed, title, author, genre, subgenre, format, the format I read it in. So did I read it on Kindle, paperback, hardcover, audiobook? Did I borrow it or buy it? And then what my rating was.
Yeah.
So you can kind of compare, like, okay, so I say I really like historical fiction, but I only actually read a handful of historical fiction books this year. Like, actually, what I'm seeing here is like a lot of romance,
Yeah.
a lot of mystery and thriller, you know. So it's also helpful. Also, see, I mean, the listeners won't see this, but I'll show you. So I became a bullet journal girly over my Christmas break because I got 2 weeks off work. I was like, what am I going to do? So inside of my bullet journal, I made a reading log. I'm still going to log my books online, but look what I did. I cut the pages so that it's like a mini book inside.
That's cute. That's really cute.
I know, right?
That is extremely cute.
And I was talking to a friend who's also kind of into like reading journaling. And she was like, yeah, I started it to like track my books and to track my reading. But she's like, then I got more creative with it. And I would create spreads in my journal of like arts or doodles or my favorite quotes from certain books so that I could remember.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
And it's not just about like the science of tracking your books, but it's also about like when I was reading it, what did I feel? What kind of colors did I want to use?
That's really nice.
My favorite quotes, things like that. So I might try and find ways to incorporate that into my journaling this year too, that are not like performance based.
Yeah, I really
because
like
you know
that.
that feeling like when you read a book and you're like, this feeling is so great. I love this freaking book.
Yes,
and you always remember like, man, I wish I could read that for the first time.
Yes,
having like a visual description of what that felt like for you in the moment.
Yes.
And I'm not an artistic person. I'm not good at drawing. But it's
just something to remember.
Yeah. So
I like to do that. Well, I've only done this twice, but I would like to do this more. And if I'm inspired to, in 2024, I've made a playlist for a book.
Oh, fun.
And that's a really good way. Like sometimes it's just so nice to listen to it and you can remember like the things in the book that inspired you. So I have one for The Count of Monte Cristo and for Happy Place by Emily Henry.
Oh, I love that.
Those are the two that really struck me, but I would like to do that some more because I just really enjoyed that. And like I like listening to those playlists and kind of like reminiscing, or I don't know, just puts you in that same place. You like whatever those feelings were that the book made you feel, it can kind of bring those back,
I was also talking to a friend recently about creating more of a mood when you read.
Yeah.
Because she was like, she's like, I love listening to audiobooks, but I want to increase the amount of time that I can my attention span for sitting down and actually reading. And she was like, I think I need to create a better mood. And so several times in this last year, I have searched like public playlists on Spotify, like instrumental playlists for, I did this with Heartstopper. I found some really good playlists for like POV, you're listening to Heartstopper or you're reading Heartstopper. And it created the best, like, I was like,
that's really nice. Yeah.
People on the internet.
Yeah.
So that's really fun. So, maybe it's pairing it with that or like, having a special reading chair.
Yeah.
Create like a moment for yourself with reading. I think that helps.
I definitely agree. So I love that. Also this year, I would like to continue a goal I started last year, which was the Storygraph Read Around the World Challenge.
Yes.
I did not finish a single book on that challenge. I have been reading one literally the entire year, but I've talked about this now like 4 times. I've made progress in it, but it is a real downer. And it's a book where you have to like be fully engaged because it's so well written. And so I'm like halfway through now, but I've been reading only like one chapter at a time because it's just like one of those books where, I don't know, like normally I don't read every single word. You're just kind of like new, but this is one of those books where it's almost like poetry. It's like reading a book of poetry to me, where you can sit down and read one chapter and then it's like, okay, I need to think about that for a while. So
I need to marinate in it.
Anyways, I do still have several books I bought for this challenge, so I would like to continue to read those and just continue to, I think, like diversify what you're reading, but also read from other countries. So that would be I'm going to continue that on until next year.
Yeah, similar goal for me, and maybe I'll join you in the Read Around the World, is I'm trying to read in 2024 more translated works. I read a translated book this year and it was really interesting reading a book that's translated from another language into English. I feel like it really honestly felt a lot different, even though it was still in English. Like there were a lot of footnotes like explaining why what was said makes sense in that culture.
Yeah.
Like why it's a joke in another culture.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I learned a lot, even though I didn't love the book. The book was Three Body Problem, which I know everyone, like a lot of people love and whatever. But
not your favorite.
I thought that was really cool. And so I'd like to, I mean, this year I read one, so I guess the minimum would be like two more.
You would double it.
Double my goal.
Yeah, my I want to say my senior year of high school, like our entire year in my English class was books and translation. And so I think I read like 5 or 6 different works of translated books. And yeah, it was a really, like, those books really, I still think about them a lot and they really impacted me. You know, like they were really just like, it's, I don't know, like you said, they were obviously well chosen books as well, but just reading about other cultures. Actually, one of them was a graphic novel. I could send to you. I still have it. It was
nice.
It's called Persepolis, and it's about.
I have that.
You have that? Oh, it's so good. Okay,
I haven't read it yet, but I bought it. I was like, I'm reading graphic novels because that's another one of my goals.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say double up.
And I was like, let me just pick up a few. And Persepolis is one of the ones I picked up because it's like on the top of every list of things you're supposed to read. And then I also picked up Blankets, which is also like a memoir about like religious trauma. So.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, okay.
Okay, it's really good. Yeah, so that was one of the ones, but I still think about those books a lot because I think it's just interesting reading something, like you said, from a completely different culture or just about different things, you know, like that's a real true story. It's someone's like autobiography, but yeah, even just like set in a different culture is so interesting and written by different perspectives. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like we talk about this a lot of like, oh, I loved this romance book because I also learned about this medical condition. Yeah. Or I also learned about the world of science, or I also learned about X, or like I read this historical book and I learned a lot about this time period.
Right. Same idea.
It's the same idea, but I think because I read so much, I really want to be even more intentional about making sure the stories that I'm reading are from like diverse perspectives. Yeah. And besides like making sure that the authors that you read are from a bunch of different identities. Right. I think definitely an easy way to do that is by reading translated stuff. Yeah. Or things that are set in other cultures that are different from your own. You're guaranteed to learn something new and work that empathy muscle. Absolutely. Build your emotional intelligence. So
yeah. And I think that's the great part. Like you said, you can read romance novels or historical fiction or thrillers that are just written from other perspectives, and you can read what you're enjoying. You don't have to go read some kind of textbook. You can just read what you like, but it could be from these other perspectives, and you can learn a little and also really enjoy it. So
I learned about hockey this year from hockey romances. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's so real.
Whatever, you know, it's all good. I got on this bullet journaling thing because I read a book that Hannah recommended on the podcast, The Holiday Trap. Yes. And the male main character is into bullet journaling. And I was like, he talked about it so much in the book. I was like, I'm going to bullet journal. Yeah. So yeah, the magic of reading. Okay, my third goal is actually reading more classics. I just want to challenge myself to do that more. I over Christmas, Zach and I watched Little Women. Nice. And Zach's a big
Which classics. Version?
The Greta Gerwig version.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the best. I don't know. Like, that to me is like the ultimate Christmas version. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, there's 2 Christmas scenes.
Yeah. Anyways, I love that one. But they're all great. Yes. Little Women's great.
So we were talking about it, and Zach, this is like one of his fun facts about that movie that he always brings up, is that in the scene where Jo is in the attic with her mom, with Marmee, she's like, I wish, love isn't all that women are good for, like, whatever, blah, 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 but I'm so lonely. That is actually not from Little Women. He always pulls out, it's from another one of Louisa May Alcott's books, Rose and Bloom.
I want to say that he said that on the episode.
He says it all the freaking time. And it's like, he says it and I'm like, yeah, we get it.
Yeah,
you're smart.
I've heard that.
You were homeschooled. We get it. You read a bunch of freaking classic novels because you didn't have access to the elementary school media center.
Or fanfiction.net.
We get it. And, you know, he also, like, all the things, he's like on the other side of this wall, so he probably hears me saying this. I hope he does. But all of his, like, favorite movies are, like, black and white or sepia tone. I'm like, because, you know, that's what they could get from the church library.
Can we watch Finding Nemo?
I'm like, if you don't just watch SpongeBob SquarePants, like, Jesus Christ. Anyways, so I'm like, oh, you think you're better than me? I mean, whatever. You kind of are sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, I started reading Rose and Bloom, and I'm like, I think I'm just trying to honestly increase my knowledge of culture by this goal. Like, I want to relate to people more when they're like, oh, you know, in Moby Dick. I have started and quit Moby Dick.
Don't read Moby Dick.
Okay. Look,
it can't be worth it, you know?
Look, I'm not going to read Moby Dick. But I did, as we've said like 500,000 times, and everyone's like bleeding out of their eyeballs every time we talk about it. Obviously, I read Count of Monte Cristo this year, and it was fire. Oh my God. Wait. We didn't talk about Sam Claflin being the Count of Monte Cristo. Oh my God.
Don't even talk to me.
I'm throw up. I'm going to throw up.
Look.
All right. Hold on. Let's just finish the sentence really quick.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Look, I love the Count of Monte Cristo. It's not something I would have read if Emily didn't recommend it to me. So my plan is just to try more and still read what I like. You know, I'm not going to make myself read Moby Dick, but like, you know,
no one should.
Whatever. Okay.
But other
period.
Classics. End of conversation.
Enter, indent, new paragraph. There has been announced a Count of Monte Cristo miniseries.
That's all I've ever wanted, first of all.
Starring Sam Claflin, a.k.a. Finnick Odair, a.k.a.
the god of book adaptation.
a.k.a. Billy
Dunn.
Billy Dunn. Mike, do you think he's too hot?
No. Because in my mind, Dante's is hot, but can also be disguised. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's perfect.
I think that he is also at the appropriate age.
Yes.
Where they can de-age him and age him. Because obviously...
He has old man look to him.
I mean, yeah, he has definitive frown lines.
Yeah. But really the part of him being 18 is really such a small part of it. The majority of the plot is, you know, decades later when he's broken out of prison and, you know, made his fortune.
Yeah, so they're going to have to age him, but they can.
It's going to be fine. I think he'll do a great job. I know not everyone likes Sam Claflin. I love him.
Well, when I told Zach, because obviously he's a kind of Monte Cristo stan now too, I told him, he was like, oh no, not him. But he thought I was talking about Sam Heughan from Outlander. And I was like, no. Sam Claflin. This is good.
Yes.
And like, he has also the physique.
Yes.
To look like he spent all this time in prison, like getting strong and like he can like swim and
absolutely,
you know,
I'm 100%
dig through caves and like,
and honestly,
captain a ship and all this stuff.
Has Sam Claflin ever been in a bad book adaptation? No. The Hunger Games, top tier.
Me before you.
I don't think that was a bad adaptation of a book. I think that was a fair adaptation of a not good book.
Okay, you know what? Fair. That movie gives me the ick so hard. I don't know why.
Because it's weird. You know, that whole book is weird and the movie's weird.
He is the king of book adaptations.
But, like, the ones he's in are good.
Oh my God.
Daisy Jones and the Six.
Okay,
good.
him with this beard right now.
Yeah, bearded.
I'm like, he does look like Dante's.
He does. It's almost as if I brought him to life.
He does. You know, he has some forehead lines. He's
perfect.
Some 11s.
I'm fine with it. All I've ever wanted was a miniseries. It doesn't need to be a movie. It's too long.
I'm trying to copy and send this to you. Copy image. Okay, I'm very excited about this.
I'm 100%.
What is the release date?
Probably 2025 or something. I don't know. Nothing comes out quickly anymore.
Okay, also in book news.
While we're here.
Are we going to be recapping Gypsy Rose Blanchard's ebook released?
I didn't know you had to ask me such ridiculous questions. Of course we will. It's
I'm
currently filming in Europe. Is this an actual picture from? This says 2024.
Oh my God.
It says 2024.
Are you looking at the Wikipedia?
Wikipedia.com. Okay, is this a real picture?
Oh my God, no
I
way.
can see it. I see the vision. And I'm here for it. And I love it.
I need to know who the whole cast is.
Okay, I can tell you. Anna Girardot.
Are you looking at the Wikipedia entry?
Yes. She's Mercedes.
I don't know pretty. Okay.
I do not know. Oh, she is pretty. She's French. That's perfect.
Danglars. Oh, wow.
Seems like a lot of European guys. Yeah.
Are they?
Oh, absolutely. Oh. I'm all in. I'm all in. I know you guys can't see what I'm seeing, but go to Wikipedia, look up.
You know what this is
the
giving?
Count of Monte Cristo.
This
2024
is giving
TV series.
casting to the level of Les Miserables. Like,
yes.
And
it says it will have a contemporary feel. It will be a period piece with a contemporary feel, faithful to the legacy of the original work. I
so
believe in you guys. I believe in you. They were filming in Paris. They were also in Turin, Milan, and Malta.
Oh, yeah.
The castle used in Malta in the production is the same age as the one written about in Dumas's original text. I'm in.
So much to look forward to in 2024.
Yes. Thank you for bringing us to this year, God. And for bringing us Sam Claflin.
Thank you. And may we reach our goals.
And a Count of Monte Cristo adaptation. And if we don't, who cares?
At least we still have the Count of Monte Cristo adaptation starring Sam Claflin.
I'm all in. Honestly, this is your time, you guys. It's time to make that your New Year's resolution. If we haven't convinced you by now, go read it. Go read it so you can enjoy this to the fullest with us.
Do you know what? One of my, I don't know, not resolutions, but goals for the podcast, I was like, ooh, what are some cool ideas we could do? I want to do some sort of listener participation event. Maybe it's a reading journey thing, or a buddy read, or something like that. And maybe there can be incentives if you read the Count of Monte Cristo.
Early access if you can prove you've read it.
Yeah, who knows?
No, just kidding. But we are evangelists for it, and read it and join us and watch the series when it comes out. It seems like they've already done a lot of filming, so I believe in this.
I'm excited.
Okay.
All right.
That's all.
This
Happy
is great.
New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
In a few hours for us, but
yeah.